Hi guys, Jen here. It is November 4th and we still don't know who the president is, but life has to go on anyway. So it's the morning. I've already started a loaf of bread, put in a load of wash. I just made some corn muffins. Well, I made the batter. That's what I'm working on now, just from this, just the Jiffy mix. I'm sure you guys have all done it. But tonight we're having barbecue ribs for dinner in the slow cooker, so I need to start that early, and I've never made it before, so I thought I'd show you guys how I made it. I got the recipe off of Six Sisters stuff or whatever, but before we get into it, please subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon, like, share, comment, all those things help out my channel. So I'm just gonna turn this cornbread mix into mini muffins. So I'm putting it in here. You guys know you can do whatever. You can make cornbread. Ooh, it's really thick. Cornbread or, you know, big muffins or whatever, but the mini muffins seem to do well with us. So that's what we're doing here. So, let me get a spoon. The other thing I was thinking of making today, and I am like really bright, there we go, was egg roll in a bowl, like another version of it than what I normally do, because normally I would make it, oh my gosh, you're so loud. Normally I would make it with cabbage, but I don't have any, and I'm really liking the rice cauliflower, so I think I'm going to try making it with that. So I'll show you how that goes. But right now, my daughter's putting away dishes. That's what all the noise is. And I swear they're not broken, but it sure does sound like they're breaking over there. Alright, so just filling the, oh no, making a mess. I don't like filling these little cups, I have to admit. As much as I like having the mini muffins, I hate filling the little cups. One thing you can do that does make this easier, like if I were doing a ton of these, I would put it in a piping bag and just pipe it right in. It would go so much quicker, but I don't feel like getting out piping bags. Alright, so we're going to pop these in the oven and then start on the next thing. It's set at 400, but the directions. Alright, so I've decided to throw a spaghetti squash in with the cornbread because I think I need to meal prep for myself, and I haven't really decided what I'm doing, but I have this, so I'm going to use it. And I just put it in the oven just like this on 400. I do nothing to it. I'll take the sticker off, but beyond that, nothing. We just throw it in there, and then we deal with it after it's softened. So, in the oven with the corn muffins. Uh-oh. Or not. Oh, no. It's too big, so I have to turn the corn muffins to make some room. And that's fine. Move them out of the way. And just stick that right in there with it. And we are good to go. About 40 minutes on the spaghetti squash. Alright, so here's all the ingredients I'm using to make my egg roll in a bowl. These green beans, I don't normally throw green beans in, but they just came out of, we planted some beans in the very end of the summer, and we're still getting some, so I'm going to use up what we have and just throw them in. And then there's all the rest. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is cut up a medium-sized onion, a sweet onion. I got to get a knife. Oh, here we go. Okay. I hate cutting onions so much. Oh, and I'm going to put some coconut oil, if I can find it. I'm going to put a little coconut oil on the pan to saute the onions and to cook up the ground turkey. I'm using ground turkey, but you can really use any kind of ground meat So a little bit of that in the pan. Maybe I should bring you over to the pan because I'm going to do the meat first, I think. So I'm just greasing up the pan a little bit. You don't need a whole lot unless you have really lean meat. I have the 85/15, so I don't need a whole lot. It has its own fat in there. Now the reason it's in one of these bags is because I buy them 3 pounds at a time and I split them up into 1 pound bags. So this is about 1 pound of ground turkey that I'm putting in. And I just do that, you know, when I buy it, and then I throw them in the freezer so that I know what I'm using, because we don't need 3 pounds for a whole meal. That would make 2 to 3 meals for us. So here we go. I mean, unless I was making burgers out of it. We don't do that a lot because I like to stretch out the meat. Okay, I'm gonna wash my hands and come back. That smells strong.
What?
I said, well, that smells strong.
I can't believe that I could climb that week. I just hadn't done
That
it
was
in
awesome.
so long.
I know, that was really awesome. You were determined. Okay, hands are washed, meat's in here. So I'm gonna season it just a little bit, which is some salt and pepper. Salt. Oh, you know what? I did forget a couple ingredients to put out. I always forget. Okay, so salt and pepper was one that I forgot to show you, and cumin was the other one. So I'm going to get that out so I don't forget to add it. Some ground cumin. All right. So now we're just going to let that brown a little bit on a medium-high heat, and I'm going to come over here and chop this onion now. Get that done, because you know you're really not supposed to add your onion and your garlic and your ginger to a pan of raw turkey, although I've never had an issue when I have, but we'll do it the right way. You know, when it all kind of cooks, it seems to just be fine, but why take the chance? Maybe I've just been lucky, I don't know. Here we go. Okay, so it's so early. My coffee hasn't even really kicked in. What time is it? Well, it's not like that early. It's 8:30, but early to be making this kind of food. I did have my oatmeal this morning, but I haven't had my eggs yet. Haven't finished my coffee yet because I'm trying to get a lot done. Like, I really want to build up my bread supply in the freezer again. So I was hoping, I made a loaf last night. I was hoping to at least get 2 done today. If not 3 would be great. Just to have that in the freezer is nice. So I have 1 gluten-free loaf, and then the other, you know, maybe I'll show you guys the other, because I haven't done a video of the regular non-gluten-free bread. I don't add gluten to it, but I use regular, you know, all-purpose flour, so that's wheat, I suppose. Alright, chopping up the onion. I don't care about it being chopped super small. So, and I'm considering adding some celery. I don't usually do that, but I have some. So I might add a little just to use it up. Plus I like celery and it adds a little more crunch. Oh, the other thing is I need to cook up my rice cauliflower. So I guess I could put it in frozen, but I don't know. I don't want all that extra water. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cook it up, and then I'm probably gonna drain it just a little bit and then mix it in there. So we'll see. But I like this just great value rice cauliflower with no sauce, no flavoring. It's really good because you can do so many things with it. And it's good for bulking up a meal. It's good to have instead of rice. I don't know, I really enjoyed it last time, so I'm gonna have a little more. Let's see. Supposed to steam this for 5 minutes. So we'll get that going. And my meat is browning. Oh my goodness, I can smell the bread. My corn muffins are done. Okay. I've got a lot going on, but it's all good. All right, so my spaghetti squash is in there. That's definitely not done, but these are perfect. Those are gonna be for dinner. We're having barbecue ribs for dinner. Right now I'm making the egg roll in a bowl, but that's just for me to have throughout the week. I'm making for my family these barbecue ribs. It looks like a really good recipe, and I've never made them before. I've actually never even bought ribs this way. They're boneless, but I think they'll be good. So we're gonna try it. Let me get something to put these muffins on and keep going with this. So I can't seem to figure out this weather. Like, I thought it was cold today, so I'm wearing this big bulky sweatshirt and my Uggs, and now I'm cooking and I'm sweating. So I might have to leave just to get changed for a minute because this is just not good. All right, let me get some celery. All right, and I'm also gonna snap these beans to throw in there too. I'll just put it all in at the same time. So I'm kind of excited that we have these beans that we grew and they're going in our food. I don't know. Do you guys grow stuff? Do you get excited if you grow stuff? I get excited because I kill most plants. I can keep people alive really well, but plants give me trouble. But these worked out fine, and I did get a peach tree this year, and I just checked on it because we got it late in the season, but it looks like it's doing really well. Like, it's lost some leaves and it's going like into its dormant stage, I guess, but it looks healthy. The branches look healthy, so I'm excited that maybe in the summer we might have peaches. Okay.
You stuff.
No, you're fine. Thanks. All right. Chopping this up, and I gotta hurry because I need to start school with my son, and my daughter needs help with math. So it's a busy, busy day today. Plus I have to pull all their papers and coach gymnastics tonight. So trying to get a lot done early so that tonight is just fun at gymnastics and relaxation at home is the goal. One of these days, really soon, I really want to get to some home improvement projects. I have the paint to paint my living room. I'm probably just going to keep it the same color, so that's easy. But I really want to redo my bedroom, and I have so many ideas. It's just a matter of the execution. In my head, it's so perfect, but then I have to actually do it. So, I don't know. I hope to bring you guys along on that journey soon. All right, we're almost browned here with the meat, and then I'm gonna have to drain off the fat because I don't really want that in there. I mean, it's flavorful and all, but I think that's where all the toxins live, so we got to get rid of that. Okay, let me do that. Okay, so now I am going to put some minced garlic in there. I'm just cheating with this. I need more. This is the best, I think. I like using the minced garlic. Let me bring you over here, maybe. Maybe you can see better. Maybe you can see better there. So, I just added the minced garlic right in there. And now I'm going to add some of this squeezable ginger. I do have some fresh ginger, and I may just chop up a little bit of that and put it in. But right now I'll do that. You know what? Let me do that. Let me get some fresh ginger too. I absolutely love ginger, and I think it's so good for you, and you just keep it in the freezer and it stays a really long time. So I'm just going to chop up a little bit of that and throw it in there with the rest. Oh my goodness, that smell is just, it's like, it just smells healthy. And not that I don't feel well or anything, but it's like if you don't feel well, I think that adding some ginger to some hot water or to your food or whatever is just such a good way to boost your immune system. I don't know if there's any science to that at all, but that's how I feel when I do it. So there must be, I would think. All right, so now I'm going to put in my onions, green beans, celery, all this stuff right in there. I mean, you can really do whatever you want. Some green onion might be nice. You could throw broccoli in here, some carrots. This is what I'm doing right now. And I'm also going to grab that cauliflower rice and let that cool a minute. So I want this to cook down some, but not too much because I like the crunch in there. And especially since I'm not using cabbage, normally at the end I would just throw in some cabbage and let it cook very short amount of time so that it maintains its crunch, but I'm not doing that this time, so leaving this a little bit crunchy helps. I think I'm also going to throw some kale in here. I have some frozen kale. I'm going to throw it in, so hang on. Okay, I lied, not kale, some collard greens. But I knew I had something in the freezer that was green with a lot of nutrients, so I'm going to throw that in there too. And that just tends to melt down really easily. But it just adds some nutrition there. It's a little bitter, and that's fine. And I'm going to just wrap this back up and throw it back in the freezer. You know, that fresh spinach, fresh collard greens, fresh kale, it all freezes well right in its own bag. So like when the grocery store has it for $1 a bag, I stock up and just throw it in my freezer. It's good for soups, eggs, adding it to casseroles like this. Even to chop it up and put it in your hamburgers or meatloaf is a great idea. So see how that just mixes right in so nicely? And that just added some nutrition. All right. So I'm going to turn my heat down now, and because I don't need it to cook a whole lot more. And I'm going to add some coconut aminos. So this just tastes like soy sauce. You could use soy sauce, I just don't like it. This I like. You can get this on Amazon or Walmart pretty easily. It's $10. But anyway, so I don't measure. So I'm just going to pour some in, and I'm just going to make it until it looks how I want. But I'm going to say about a half a cup of this, okay? So I'm just going to put that all in there and let that simmer a bit. I'm going to do a shot, just a little squirt of lime juice. You could do lemon. You could do it fresh. I just don't have that. So I'm just going to put a little citrus in. And then some fish sauce, but only a little bit, like drops. Maybe, I don't know, maybe 2 teaspoonfuls, about that, or maybe 1, I don't know. I think it's 2. And then I'm going to add some of this cumin. I add a good amount, probably 2 tablespoons worth. So that's going in. And what else do we add here? Some tahini, which is just ground sesame seeds. This just gives it a little bit of thickness, creaminess, nuttiness. It's very good. Hang on. I think this is what makes it. And I would say about a 1/4 cup of that. And then I'm going to just squirt some of the sriracha in there, probably about a teaspoon, maybe a little more. Maybe 2 teaspoons. but I like it spicy, so it's just a matter to taste how you like it. And then I'm just gonna mix that all together. And it makes this really nice sauce. Oh my gosh, it smells so good. I wish you guys could smell it through here. This is one of my favorite meals, and I haven't made it in a while, so I'm gonna be excited to have this week. Now you could leave it like this and put it on top of rice, or like I said, you could put some cabbage in here. Trying to think, you could put it on top of lettuce. Whatever you like to do, even like in a tortilla, if that's your thing. Let me see, I need to get this out. So I'm just gonna let that simmer. I'm gonna see what I'm working with here as far as the cauliflower. If it's not too wet, I'm just gonna throw it in. It doesn't seem too wet, and I'm a little lazy about it, so I'm just throwing it right in there. Doesn't that look good? I mean, obviously you could rice your own cauliflower, but at 98 cents a bag, I'm just doing it this way. There's just no reason not to. Frozen vegetables actually sometimes can be fresher because they're flash frozen right where they are, rather than traveling, you know, from somewhere else to the grocery store. And this is it. This is all we do. And there we have egg roll in a bowl. You could put a little bit of coconut flakes on top to serve it, or some pine nuts or something crunchy on top, or you can leave it as is, but it is just such a great, healthy, yet comfort food for fall and winter, I think. All right, so here's everything I need to make these slow cooker country style barbecue ribs from Six Sisters stuff. I printed out the recipe. Hopefully it's good because I'm doubling it, and because I want to put it in my book, save it in my book, and put this in the rotation. I didn't realize I was doubling it till I saw how many ribs I bought, but I want to have a lot because either it can be another meal that I can freeze and have ready for another night, or if they really love it, they'll eat it for leftovers for lunch, and then my lunches will last longer. So as long as they all fit in it all fits in the crock pot, I like having the extra, and it should. Oh, and then the other thing is I don't have liquid smoke that they call for, but I think it'll be fine. They swear by Sweet Baby Ray's, but I'm like a generic buying kind of person, so we're trying this because it looks just like Sweet Baby Ray's, so I bet it tastes pretty close. And then I don't want to use all the brown sugar that they're using. It would be a full cup of brown sugar in here, so I'm going to use some date sugar, and that's a great replacement, and it's a little bit healthier than the regular cane brown sugar. So that's okay. The other thing is, like I told you, it's getting super hot in here. I don't know if like I'm having an episode of like a hot flash, or if it's just hot because I'm cooking, or I don't know, but whatever. I know my outfit looks weird, but I'm not worried about it because I feel a little bit cooler now while I'm cooking. So, because I was like seriously sweating. So now I need to do this fast because it's 9 o'clock and I need to get started on school with Sean. But this is a pretty simple recipe. So I need my pork ribs. It says spray the slow cooker. Oh, I forgot my spray. I always forget something. I've never had to spray the pan, but whatever. All right, so it says to spray the slow cooker. So that's what we'll do. Spray it all down. And then it says to place the ribs in the bottom of it. Like I said, I don't have the liquid smoke, so that won't be happening. But we'll put these down here. Now, I thought that these were boneless, but apparently they are not. I don't know. But whatever, they're sliced, they're ready to go. So we're gonna hope for the best. They'll probably have to cook a little longer. I don't know. One thing I know is my slow cooker cooks at a high temperature. Even on low, it seems to cook things quickly. Now these seem like they don't have bones. So, I don't know. One with, one without. But they're all going in there. In the bottom. Okay, they're still a little icy. I took them out 2 days ago. But you know, a deep freeze in that chest freezer. We'll do that. All right. I'm gonna throw this out, wash my hands, and then we'll season these with a little bit of salt and pepper. And you know, it seems like a lot of salt sometimes, but with something like this, you really want them seasoned well. Okay, so a little bit of salt and a little bit of pepper, all in there. All right, we like a lot of pepper. If that seemed like a lot, sorry. Okay, maybe I'll bring you over so you can see what I'm doing. Can you see in there? Ooh, because you don't need to see me, you need to see what I'm doing. Let's see. Can we see? There we go. All right, I think that's a little better. Okay, so now, this is when you'd pour the liquid smoke over top, but I don't have it. So I sprinkled it with salt and pepper. Then I need to sprinkle the brown sugar and diced onion over the meat. Okay, and I haven't cut my onion yet, so let me sprinkle some of this sugar. It's supposed to be a cup, so let me get a cup. I am going to measure this because when I eyeball things, I put way too much, usually, I think. See, it does act like brown sugar in that it's all crunchy on the bottom. Gotta just let it go. Because there are two different types of date sugar, so there's two different colors going on here. But they're good. They're good. Actually, I could probably just pour the rest of it in. Just use it up. So we're sprinkling over top. I'm making a mess, as usual. All right. So that's done. Now I just gotta chop the onion and sprinkle that on top. Actually, I'll do this first. So it says to pour this on top. I don't think it really matters because it's all going in the same place anyway. So I'll just put this in, then I'll chop up my onion and put that in. So it says 1 bottle for, I think, 2.5 pounds, but I have 5 pounds, so I'm going to be using 2 bottles of this. It looks like a pretty good barbecue sauce. It's really thick. And I got the sweet and spicy because that seems like something my family would like. So do 1 more of those. Pour that all in there. This is a simple recipe. I hope it turns out that everyone likes it because it's not very expensive. The ribs were not expensive at all. And neither was any of these ingredients here. It's a very hearty meal for not a lot of money. So I'm gonna turn these upside down and hope to get a little more out of them while I chop up my onion, and I'll be back. All right, so here's the onions. I got 2 medium onions, and I'm just pushing them in. My son's freaking out because he just realized he needs to get started on school and he's running behind. So we're just gonna try and remain as calm as possible. All right, so that's all in there. You're okay, Sean. Just get your book out. You know, your folder. All right, let's see if we can get some more out of here. Oh, yeah. We still had a lot in there. I don't like to waste anything at all. So, there's that. Let's see if we can get... Oh, yeah, there's more in here, too. And there's the rest of this one. Okay, and that's all we're supposed to do. So it's set, it says 6 to 8 hours, which, let's see, it's 9. So that should take us to dinner, before dinner time. It will be ready. So it'll be ready for my daughter to pack in the car for gymnastics, for after or whatever. All right, you guys, it's several days later. I totally forgot to record or take a picture of the ribs. The consensus was they were okay. So I think maybe because I didn't use the brand name sauce that they told me I should use, and I didn't use the liquid smoke, that made a difference. Also, my family's not huge barbecue fans. So that could be it too. We really like the Asian style short ribs that I make, and I will do a video on that too and show you. But definitely try it. But if you do, get the liquid smoke, because apparently that makes a huge difference. And see what you think. Thank you guys so much for watching. By the way, we still don't have a president, but you know, it is what it is. This is 2020. Have a great day, and I'll catch you later.